Alrighty, game recap. Tough loss. Still trying to get this offense installed, this new offense I'm trying to run in these other leagues, but Mills isn't the quarterback for that. There was a visual glitch right there. That's weird. If you rewind it and you look at the two that were shaking hands, I didn't see who that was on my side, but he had a visor on. Behind him, it was blurred. Basically, he had the depth of field. But if you look through the visor, it was clear. The crowd was clear. That's funny. It's actually kind of funny. So, yeah, man, I messed around too long trying to work through this offense. And, like, I know how Smitty plays in terms of defense, and that's why we were able to come back. But I waited too long to actually do it. I was trying to force some other stuff and couldn't get it done, but good game there. 21-36, not good there, 58%. I mean, he was on kind of, for a decent portion of the game, but he, a lot of it thrown to like open people. But some of the other passes of trying to throw like in certain windows, that's whenever sometimes he's just off. But he threw some decent passes. That last interception, I mean, it's the end of the game, just trying to toss one up. But the first interception was definitely hurt more. Oops. Stop. Rushing, 10-25. I mean, DeForest Buckner is a freaking monster. It was really difficult to get him any sort of traction. But we ended up getting him into the game through some of these passes, kind of got him working a little bit there. But good distribution throughout the game. Nico went off. He just so happened to be on the right side, and Smitty kept running cover 6, which kept putting the cover 2 corner on the right side. If it would have been Brandon Cooks probably would have went for 300 or something, because he was already catching on some other ones there. So, but good game by them. Decent distribution there. Lane had a drop that means it should have been an interception, and Howard had a drop. Howard's drop definitely hurt. Yeah, those are the only two that are registering as a drop. Solo tackles, Cloud. So my main focus at the beginning of the game, and this is probably, I got to learn how to get these dev games without overcompensating for that particular player. I can't do that against good users. In other leagues, I've done it against bad users or mediocre users. And I can't do that against good users like Smitty. Like, I'm blitzing more than I normally do. I'm just trying to get Cloud in the backfield, stuff like that. But he had himself a game, 4 solos, 5 assists, 9 total tackles, 3 tackles for a loss, and a sack. He only needed 2 or 2+. So definitely a good game. He should have had an interception where I used him, or at least a deflection. He should have at least had a deflection, but he didn't. It gave him a really weird animation. He kind of jumped back into the opposite direction, so it's kind of weird. Cloud leading in assisted tackles and leading in total tackles, also leading in tackles for a loss, where we ended up having 5, 10, 13 tackles for a loss. We got 4 sacks out of it. Cloud and Wosu, Reader, and Rankins were able to get one. Nelson got one of the interceptions. Should have had another. Petrie and Jordan. Jordan. Oh, a pass deflection. It's weird that they registered as a pass deflection. 2 fumbles forced. I'm pretty sure those are on, what's his name? Hurts. Scrambling. They both went out of bounds, though. Let's see. Where is this big joker? Buckner. 3 for 3 and 1 for a loss. That doesn't describe Buckner's impact. That joker's a monster. Big dude. All right. So this was a little bit surprising that Smitty ran so many crossers. He usually doesn't run this many crossers. I mean, he ran a decent amount with Pitts But it was a lot of corners and things like that. He used to run a lot of digs and things, but he ran a lot of crossers this game. This one was a little bit funky because my guy has coverage, and then he just like, I don't, that sort of Madden part, that's definitely like the game, right? In real life, that's not happening. It's like my DB is trying to get to a certain spot, but not trying to actually cover, even though he's supposed to be a man right there. So that's kind of weird. But good play there. This one, I pinched the line because I knew that was coming. He just ends up breaking the tackle. I mean, it is what it is. Good run. We were basically stalling out on offense here. He ran a lot of play action crossers too. So in the second half, we basically were able to stop those for the most part, but he ran a pretty good amount of them. On this one, I saw it coming, but I mean, my guy is like on him like this. Just look at Stingley up on the right. What is that animation? Like, you're supposed to be manning him. Why are you running vertical and he's running across the field? And then he runs into my safety. You know, it was just some of those things that were happening that were just a little bit odd that he was doing that. So on this one, knew exactly what was coming. I was going out with him, but I came back for the dig. My guy had position, and he just, you know, he threw quite a few little jump balls that, you know, either big fella here or what's his name, Pierce, were able to go get. He says he didn't do L1 against GE, but I don't know about that. 'Cause that right there, those are some L1s right there. All right, so I got out of what I was doing. I mean, we're 6:38, and I was down 24-0 at this point. I think it was 24, maybe 21. And so I decided to go ahead and get back into my regular offense. And on this one, just a slot fade. That's all this is. Smitty decided to bite on the post more than the fade, and the fade was open. So tossed that one up. I was shocked that he actually got tackled, but they gave that little weird watch Cooks. See that little weird animation where he like steps out, and then instead of just running with the ball, he just kind of slowed. But ended up throwing a. They don't have a touchdown. Okay. Ended up throwing a touchdown right there. So we started working on our comeback. This one here, this was Cloud. See, it's another play action crosser. It's just weird. You know, I know Smitty's working on new offense, but it's just kind of weird. A lot of play action crossers. Not used to that from him. But good thing to know. So this was Cloud getting his sack, which had me amped because I knew that was a tackle for a loss and a sack. This one here, basically, whole line basically got in there and it wobbled. But that was going to be another toss up. He basically ran the same play I just ran on him earlier. Slot fade with the hitch. So it's hitch, slot fade, hitch, post, streak. And his post was open, which is where I thought he was going with it. But he tried to go up top, so ended up getting good what you call it there? Good pressure. So he came out in this cover 6 here, and Smitty likes to use the cover 2 corner. So I realized where I was messing up because I knew he was running a lot of cover 3 Cloud or cover 6. So I was like, all right, we got to go to a 2x2 look, so that way I can attack whichever side is the cover 2 corner. Exactly what I did here. Once he hesitated right here, as soon as I saw that he wasn't going to run with him, I'm already holding the safety with the tight end. After that, it's just make the catch. Nico made a good move, good run. This one I knew he was going to Taylor, and that's why I used it Taylor. But what threw me off was this animation. Boom, right there. It threw me off. I thought he was going to the flats, and so that messed me up. Great play. But I was expecting Taylor on this one, and I just guessed wrong. So good play there. This one was funny. So in the half, I step up into the pocket, and I just toss one up. Gets batted. Brandon Cooks catches it, stands there, and gets hit. I would have absolutely loved for that to be a touchdown, just so I could see what Smitty would say. So here we go again, another cover 6 or cover 3 cloud, whichever one. He's not using in the corner though. So just make the tight end hold the safety a little long, throw it out to the right. Same concept over and over. If he's going to keep running the same defense on repeat, I was like, I'm just going to keep running the same concept over and over. If you keep doing it, I'm going to keep doing it. This one, so I get myself in trouble by mixing it up too much. This was a cover 2 invert. And I was like, all right, let me just throw this in here to mix it up. And he just ran a perfect play call for this. Cover 2 invert, attack the middle. Safety's gone. And the 2 corners are sitting, protecting outside halves. So great play, great read right there by Smitty. Run commit. Yeah, this was on me. Was trying to pinch and actually hit run commit. I was like, oh snap. I knew I was in trouble from the beginning. As soon as he said hut, I was like, oh shoot. I mean, he just bailed out. I mean, it was clear it was going to be a cover 0. I sent the halfback in the flats, which stalled him, and just tossed it up to Tanya. So once I saw that he was using that outside guy, it was like, oh yeah, that's Tanya all day. Thought he was going to run with him though, so I did L1 that one because I thought it was going to be a contested. That's it. Thought it was going to be a contested play, but he ended up releasing him. And by the time I threw it, it was too late. It was already L1. So I knew it was going to be hard to hold under 200, but that was one of Cloud's things, hold them under 200 to get 2+. So I decided to go ahead and do that as my scenario. I mean, not my scenario, my strategy as well. And then from there, was hoping that they would play a little better to try to hold them under 200. That's not what happened. So anyways, let's check this out. Yes, sir. That's what I like to see. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go. Let's go. We close to our goal for the year. I guess he doesn't have 4,000 XP, didn't get him an upgrade. We're close to our goal. We want to get one more win, trying to get 7. So we have, 3 more games, I think? No, 4, because we actually already had our bye week. So it's going to be tough. We got, looks like the Browns, Jags, and then, oh, Jesus, got to go battle with the doggone Seahawks. So it's going to be tough to get those 7. My schedule this season has been crazy difficult. So we'll see. We'll see how we fare. Just trying to get that last win out. And we'll see what happens with the division. Right now division is, I mean, it's close. So right now, sitting right there. So, and let's see. So if I beat the Jags, then we'll have split the season. I beat Smitty once. He beat me once, and Big beat me once. And I guess week 18 I got to play Big. So we'll see. I'm not really sweating the playoffs. It'll be great if we make it, but this kind of dev stuff is what I've been looking for this season. Next season is going to be my target if we can keep the squad together and build. So catch you on the flip.